Doing your Dovakiin, Dovakiin for the Sanctus Farin. Why? Hey guys, how's it going? Today we are going to be playing Skyrim Remastered. It's a great day when you get to play a game that's 5 years old, as though it's a brand new fucking game! Also, my mic just maxed out in my recording. I'm not entirely sure why. Anyway, I played a little bit of this game. I messed around with the mods quite a bit. I won't be playing with mods today. If my mic gets a little bit quieter, it's because I'm currently editing it. Also, you may notice that I am not currently using my webcam. That is because, while I do have a webcam, and I could definitely use that in my Elgato, I don't actually have the length of cord that I need to be able to both use my webcam and my controller, because my controller, I am using the typical like phone charger thing that you can plug into the top of it, and then it has a USB that you can plug into the Xbox. But with where my Xbox is, it's too far away for me to actually be able to play. So I have a USB extension, but I only have one cord. So, well, I usually use that for my camera, and I would use that when I was playing Xbox. I can't currently do that right now, so I won't have a face cam for any of this, but you'll be able to listen to my nice sexy voice, which will be great. Anyway, I have a few mods installed, but we're going to go ahead and disable them because I want to be able to get achievements for this. I'm not entirely sure if achievements carry over from 360 or anything like that, but we'll go ahead and just disable all of my mods that we have here. And I was really debating for a long time on how I wanted to... Nope, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to... I just want to disable. Okay. That's not where I was. I like practice dummies. That's a really nice one for early game, because I would just sit there for 20 minutes, get all my skills up to 30 in everything, and then have a nice little boost for the beginning of the game. Alright, so all mods should be disabled. The funny thing is I downloaded the Just Do It one, which replaces Fusro with Shia LaBeouf saying Just Do It. And I don't actually play Skyrim as the Dragonborn. I've noticed this because even though I haven't played Skyrim for about a year before this came out, obviously I've played it a little bit, I didn't actually go and do the main quest line. I wouldn't even encounter dragons because I never bothered to go and talk to the Jarl or anything like that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and start a new game. Feels great to be playing this game again. I mean, it felt amazing the first time I played it. First time I played it wasn't actually on my Xbox. It was when I was still in contact with Ethan, when I still lived in La Crosse, and it was really cool because he had surround sound, so I got to go over there and they just blasted the beginning song, and we didn't know the words, but we were just totally jamming out to the entire thing. It was great. And then that was one of the games too that I think that's a different text. I don't remember it looking quite like that. I remember it being one of the games that like people would sit down who weren't gamers and they would find it so interesting, because a lot of people enjoy watching like medieval style movies and stuff like that, you know, like Braveheart and King Arthur and what's another good one, Kingdom of Heaven, like those really cool ones that take place. I don't know how I forgot Troy. I've got it, it's within eyesight of me right now. I've got Brad Pitt looking all sexy in his armor with his cool ass sword. It's over on my shelf. It's one of the few movies that I actually own. That and Stargate and Flubber are ones that like I remember buying and being like, it would be cool to actually own these. Oh, Stealth 2. Stealth. That was a movie that I enjoyed when I was younger, which is strange. Barely being an adult. Oh, well, I say barely, but I mean, I had my birthday just recently. 19 now. Now, a lot of people have criticized Skyrim Remastered for not actually being... Oh, I say remastered. It's not exactly remastered. It's special edition. It's the Xbox One version. The textures aren't really updated all that much. Now, In some areas, you can definitely tell a difference, mainly when you're outside. That's because I've been told that they added a new weather system to the game, even though I added a mod anyway that increased it even more. So, like, thunderstorms were sexy as fuck. They were just amazing. So much rain and lightning all over the place. It sounded glorious. It would be amazing to fight a dragon in upgraded weather like that. God, I should do that. Anyway, we are heading in. Usually I would be quoting these guys for, like, everything they say. Be like, this is Helgen. I used to be sweet on a girl from here. I wonder if Vilod is still making that mead with juniper berries mixed in. Funny, when I was a boy, imperial walls and towers used to make me feel so safe.
And it looks like the Thalmor are with them.
The thing is that I also have the subtitles on, so it's not all that impressive to be able to, like, if I had my webcam on, I could clearly, like, stare up at the ceiling and just quote everything right before they say it, but with having the subtitles on, they kind of extend what you can see a little bit more, and that's the problem with, like, karaoke and stuff like that. Like, if people are singing Disney karaoke or something like that, they start singing Let It Go, and I'll be like, I'll sing along with it, but then the words will be on screen, so it won't be as impressive. Like, they can be like, you're literally just reading off the screen. I'll be like, bitch, I can close my eyes, tie my hands around my back. I don't know what that has to do with singing, but I could definitely tie my hands behind my back and sing. You need to go inside the house. Look up. Oh, not the house, damn it. It has been a while since I played this. This will be my first time playing the vanilla beginning on Special Edition, because I had the live a different life, choose your own start or whatever thing, which I looked for on PC because I do own this game on PC.
Let's go.
But I could never find it because I didn't know what the name of it was. Like, I wanted to be able to start off as a bandit, but the thing is that they don't really have the ability to have separate dialogue. Like, you can choose to be a vigilant of Stendar, but you just spawn in the house of Stendar with, like, all the other people. Let's see if he glitches out. Sometimes he'll turn around and walk away. Like, right at this point, he'll just turn around. That was a really nice autosave, I just noticed, actually, because a lot of times on 360 it would freeze, like, crap tons. It's funny when he's looking towards the carriage and saying, it's been an honor. No care of Rorikstead. No, I'm not entirely sure what it's called. It might be like safe movement or something like that. Yep, he slid like he usually does. Like, the first time you start up the game, he just slides, but sometimes after you've played the beginning before, he'll get hit by it and get caught in an animation, so he'll, like, do the weird dance thing where he, like, falls down. I'm dancing right now, but you guys can't see because I can't do that. Let's see, who do we want to play as? I like to be Argonian just because I can breathe underwater, but I'm not really sure. Well, Argonians are kind of a sneaky thing anyway, right? This reptilian race, well suited for the treacherous swamps of their black marsh homelands, has developed a natural resistance to diseases and the ability to breathe underwater. They can call upon the hist skin to regenerate health very quickly. Do they have a 100% thing, or is it only 50? What elf has disease resistance too? One of them has 100%, one of them has only 50. I think they have 50% resistance to poison and disease, and then I believe it's Argonians have 100% resistance to disease. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and I think we'll be a male. Change the skin tone. Can I get like a purple? That's purple, but that's really bright. Is there a darker purple? No. Okay, so we're going to be purple, and we're going to make him ridiculously skinny because I'm ridiculously skinny. And I guess we'll just go with the preset, because, I mean, it really doesn't matter what he looks like. I do want different eye color, though. What color eyes can I get that are cool? Ooh, I like those. Straight blue eyes, that's kind of creepy. I need to have some kind of iris. Okay. I feel like cat's eyes wouldn't work all that great. I'm high as fuck, dude. Okay. I like these ones. We'll go with those ones, even though I don't really care too much for the other ones. What else is cool that we can do with him? Mouth shape? We can change his mouth shape? Ooh, is he baring his teeth? No, that's scale still. Okay. I have no idea what mouse shape does. This one looks like he's smiling constantly, but I don't like the idea of smiling constantly. That's dumb. Hair. Okay, we'll change this too. Ooh, that's neat. Why the fuck do I have feathers coming out of my head? Okay, that looks evil. Just, okay, got like little baby horns. Look at me, I'm Bambi. I think we're gonna go with none, actually. Okay, what color hair do we want for our non-existent hair? Sounds like a joke that Matthew Santoro would make or something like that. Prisoner, what are we gonna name him? We're gonna name him what I called my principal one time. I called him a dickhole. I don't know. I just had two words came to mind when I was trying to call him. Like I was like, wow, he's such a dick. And then the thing that popped out into my head next was hole. I actually ended up ending on pretty good terms with him senior year. The only thing is that like the day before graduation, he got really pissed at me because there was one guy who was yelling at Blake, who, if you watch my channel, you would know who he is. He was yelling at him. And I said really loud, "Wow, what a dick!" And I didn't realize that the principal was walking by right after that, and he got so pissed. He was like, "Do you want to graduate?" This guy's got a scar on his face that I've never noticed before. Maybe I should have put a scar on my face. That would have been a cool addition to my probably gray, non-existent hair. Look at this sky. It's so beautiful. I think, unlike the Halo remastered, I prefer this sky over the regular one, because Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, when you switch over the graphics, they look worse than the original in some ways. Like, I feel like they made it look worse on purpose. And then the sky on the second mission, which is just called Halo, actually looks better the original than it does in the remastered, because the remaster one is just like a gross yellow puke color thing. Also, if you haven't seen this before, I'm sorry I'm talking over everything, but I mean, I have the subtitles on, so unless you're watching this and not really watching it, like if you watch YouTube like I do, which you just play like a game and listen to it and kind of glance over every now and then, like, most of the time I play something on my other monitor, like Hearthstone or Shell Shock or something like that, or I'll even play something on my Xbox and have something up on my monitor.
There it is again. Did you hear that?
I don't really completely actively watch stuff. That's why I can't watch dubbed anime. I have to watch subbed, even though some people really hate subbed, some people really hate dubbed. It's all the same to me. The only difference is that I don't like to have to stare at the screen to know what the fuck people are saying. I know it helps with keeping your attention a little bit more, but I'm much more of a passive watcher of things, which I think I kind of get from my mom, because every time she's watching TV or something like that, she doesn't actually watch TV. She'll knit or do something else. Knit, crochet, what are the other things that you do with yarn and string and stuff like that? Oh, the sky looks amazing! I mean, Skyrim looked amazing to begin with. It's not like it's going to look even more amazing just because I'm playing this version of it, but I mean, it still looks amazing. I feel like the game is probably going to be fairly loud whenever I'm not talking, so I'm just going to turn it down just a little bit more, because while it's nice to be able to hear what's going on in the game, I really don't want it overpowering me. I'd like my voice to be the point that everything is at. Looking at my levels, like the sound levels in my Elgato recording, it looks like some of it might be really messed up, but I know it's going to end up coming out perfectly fine. I mean, unless it doesn't. This just sounds like absolute shit right now, and I'll have to fix it for next time. It should be pretty much perfectly fine. God, I never noticed this real off, but you just have like the most gorgeous eyes. Like, I have amazing eyes too, and yours are just like on top of that. He's got mercy eyes. If anybody's ever played Overwatch or seen like pictures, got like that bright blue color. That's basically the color that he's got for his eyes. Jump! Oh, yes. I took damage because I was standing in fire, actually. Either that or it took a long time to calculate the damage. My frame rate is where it should be, honestly. I mean, it's not 60 because that... I have a problem where if I record with 60, the next one will be really messed up. Also, you can run through this area so fast that like he'll be like, stay close to the wall, and then he'll jump on the wall, try to breathe fire. It won't even work. Occasionally, if you're right here, if you walk right there, his fire will actually stagger you, and you'll fall down to the ground, which is really interesting. Here, let me see if I can do it. No, I don't want a chance dying or anything like that. I believe I'm on Adept difficulty. Yes, I'm on Adept, which is the default. It's the equivalent of Medium. There's Novice, Journeyman. Yep, there we go. Got knocked down. There's Novice, Journeyman, Adept, Expert. No, there's no Journeyman. There's no Journeyman. That was Oblivion. There's Novice, Apprentice, Adept, Expert, and Master. Oh, you look so sad. Wait, where'd he land? Oh, shit. You got fucked, dude. You looked so majestic, just starfishing and ragdolling over here. Don't worry, you got this. You can take him down. It's just Alduin, the legendary fucking dragon. Also, that guy's just sitting on the ground in front of him. You look like you're in trouble, and that dude just got fucking devoured. I'm not playing this realistic at all. In real life, I'd be like, oh, fuck a dragon! Run the fuck away! Hey, how's it going? See, normally I run through this area so fast, I don't even get to see him and Rayloff meet up again. I just run into one of them. I do prefer to go the Imperial route, even though, actually there's questionable pieces for both. There really is no right answer for which one to serve. If you go with Rayloff, you can get heavy armor right away, because you can kill a legate, or maybe not that, an officer for the Imperials, and they have heavy Imperial armor. Otherwise, if you go with him, I think you get better gear to start off with, but you can't get like heavy stuff until quite a bit after. Anyway, I won't be playing heavy. I'll be playing a fairly stealthy playthrough for the most part. Trying to think here. I'll probably end up using... I don't like using daggers, really, but I like using a bow and being stealthy, and then if stuff goes to shit, I'll pull out a sword and shield. I will at some point end up using two-handed weapons and daggers. Well, maybe not daggers at all, really, unless I get something really good.
Come on, you need your hands free.
But I will experiment with other stuff, if
There should be plenty of
not
to choose from.
anything but just level up, because my primary combat skills, once I get to 100, I'm not going to want to legendary those. But as soon as I get all of my really good combat skills up to 100, I'll be fine with legendarying other skills. The one thing you don't ever want to do is start off the game and just legendary your pickpocketing, which you can do several times if you decide to just go and pickpocket everybody for all their stuff and then legendary it constantly.
Let's keep moving.
But that's going to overlevel all of the enemies, and then you're going to be stuck dealing hardly any damage. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is max out my... Okay, I hit Y and it didn't pull it out. I also don't use the default control scheme, because it... Scream. The default control scheme... Motherfuck! The default control scheme, because Y being jump is just so annoying. I'm fine with B being my inventory, because, I mean, there's not really anywhere else that I'm going to put it. But I really don't like A being activate. A is meant to be jump, people. And B is meant to be crouch, but I mean, I'm not going to hit my my stick to do that. See, that now the problem is that I chatted up during all the scenes and like the dialogue and stuff so that people can kind of experience it a little bit. Like, otherwise, I usually just skip all dialogue possible.
Let me see if I can.
But I'm going to be talking through the majority of it. The thing is that when I'm actually playing the game itself, I'm not going to be talking a whole lot. Like, in combat, I'm going to be focusing quite a bit, and I'm going to lose my train of thought constantly. Oh, yes. So much blood on the swords. It look glorious. Oh, no, the tunnels collapsed. I'm staggered. Alright, let's go. So, for the most part, I am going to be one-handed and bow. Oh, damn! Damn right, victory is mine. Why is it... Okay, I'm hitting both triggers, but it's only doing a left-handed power attack, which is problematic. Oh! Oh, get fucked, bitch! Sit down! For a second, it looked like his head was actually in the ground, and his ass was just stuck up in the air next to his axe. Alright, we'll take that. Take that. We'll take that. For anybody that hasn't seen my Oblivion playthrough, my philosophy in picking stuff up in this when I want to sell it, I want it to be at least 10 times the worth, or I'm going to actually use it. So if I pick something up, I'm really going to use it or sell it. So if there's something that's like, hey, that was worth 700 gold, and I'm like, yeah, but it weighed 97 pounds. I don't know what that would actually be in this, but there's an example that might come up. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's what you get for being a torturer's assistant, scrub.
That'll teach you to cross read.
You fellows coming along just in time. These boys seem to be entertaining their comrades.
Bring it, bitch. The only problem with dual wielding right now is that I have no defense. Yes! Pick him up, shut him down. Get owned. Alright, I got Imperial braces now. I can drop these stupid first up. I much prefer the Imperial armor over the Stormcloak. First of all, it's better. Second of all, it's better looking.
We'll need everything we
Obviously, Stormcloak is meant to be like colder weather and stuff like that because they're Nords. They're like, we're superior. We own this place. Built this city on rock and roll. Also, I said we built this city, and then Mondays accidentally got it stuck in his head, so that was problematic for him. He just like kept singing it over and over again. Or was that? I believe it was Mondays. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, we got our Iron Shield. It's heavy armor though, so I'm not going to be a huge fan of using it, but I might as well get the heavy armor leveled up anyway, just because having all skills maxed out at some point is going to be something that I'm going to want. Okay, wait, is it over there? No, okay. Sometimes I don't actually give these enough time to see where they're actually supposed to be. I'll just tap it real quick, because on my my 360, my controller would get the I use my sticks so much that they get worn out, so the stick would actually get stuck, which is a problem. In this, I'll be trying to use all skills at some point. Obviously, I won't be using certain things too much. Different variations of spells I'm not really a fan of. I don't really do too much conjuration, alteration, or illusion. I pretty much just stick to destruction and healing whenever I am using them. Not that I'm going to really be using them hardly at all. I might decide to forgo the shield and maybe hotkey a healing spell and a destruction spell in my left hand, and then just keep my sword in my right for whenever I'm in close combat. But for the most part, I really don't use a whole lot of magic. So any magic levels that I get, I would probably train for, unless at some point I decide that I really do want to have a magic as a primary. Or, well, obviously it's going to be my secondary because I prefer bow over everything, but just having it in my hand, so I'd be like, heal myself or deal damage to you or something like that. I don't think I've ever used the Frostbolt spell. For how much time I put into this, I really haven't experienced a lot of the game. What? I shouldn't say that. I've experienced a lot of the game, just not most of it. With how much time I put in this, I probably should have gotten farther, but a lot of it just comes down to like starting over as a new character and then wanting to experience all of that. So we got our first level now. I'm gonna drop the Iron Shield because I don't want it. Oh, probably should have. I wasn't paying attention. I assumed he was the friendly and that Hadvar was the bad guy, but he's not. I don't appreciate you stealing my kills, bro. Could have swore I had a bow at this point once. Also, I do have magic right now, so I can do that. I'm gonna go like that. Killed one. I think out of all of them, I definitely prefer fire just because it does the bonus damage over time. And I've never really cared too much for status effects in really any game. Okay. That was weird. For a second I saw Hadvar. Like, from a different angle. Or maybe it was me. Maybe I saw myself from a different angle. I'm so tiny. Am I the same height as you? Wait, come here. I think we're pretty... I'm just a little bit shorter. That was a problem that I had in Oblivion. I couldn't stand playing as like a Breton because they would just be so damn short. Or, sorry, not Breton. A Wood Elf. I liked playing as Wood Elf, but I was always shorter than everybody, and it just felt really weird. Because, you know, most video games you're not supposed to be the... Oh, that's right, the arrows are updated. Duh, they don't fly straight all the time. And also, they don't... Motherfucker! You can't even see me! How dare you dodge that? Okay, there we go. Okay. So, originally, in Skyrim, the arrows always went straight forward. And then I believe at some point they updated it so that they have a chance of like moving over just a slight amount. Not too much to make it terribly inaccurate.
What next, giant?
But it's not always 100% this is exactly where it's going. It's not like CSGO's AK where the first shot is always guaranteed to go in a specific place. Now there are quite a few glitches that I could take advantage of. First of all, I want to give a quick rant about the Augment Infinium. Somebody was fucking retarded. I don't know who it was. And I'm sorry if you're offended by me saying retarded, but I think that's kind of thought processing that you would need to be able to do this. So there was a glitch with the Augment Infinium where if you used a bookcase, you could read it an infinite number of times. The Augment Infinium being a book that increases all skills in a specific category, 6 to be exact of the 18. So you can increase 1/3 of all your skills by 5, meaning that 20 reads of this book would max out 6 of your skills. So if you read this book 60 times, you could increase all of your skills to 100 and instantly level yourself up to 81. The problem with this is that the glitch that allowed you to read it an infinite number of times was not patched, and it was known. I was doing this glitch when I found another one where I accidentally duplicated the Augment Infinium while using it, because there was a glitch where you could access the bookshelf after putting a book in it, but not pick up the book right away. So you could access the bookshelf, take the book out, it would appear, and then as it appeared in that split second, you could grab it real quick and have 2 of them. The first time it was really hard, and then after that it was way easier. I don't see the dragon. So I found this, and I was so ecstatic. I was like, I'm going to be a legend as soon as they patch that other one, and I get my recording software, because at the time, I didn't yet have my Roxio. It was only a couple months later that I managed to get it. The problem was that in the couple months that it took for me to get my Roxio, somebody else had figured out the glitch, which is why I say that I found it, because I looked it up when I found it, and there was nothing on it. And I went, yes! As soon as I get my Roxio, and they patched the other one, I've got this. I'm going to put this out. People are going to be so happy. They're going to be like, thanks for helping us glitch out the game and be able to level up, because it gets annoying to have to start over a new character every time you want to do something, or take a different character, and if you've messed up your leveling or something like that, you're completely fucked. You can just max out your character real quick and be done with it. And I was going to be like the hero and everything, but the problem with that was that somebody had revealed it before the other one was patched, and they patched both of them at the same time. So there was no longer an ability to duplicate it. I figured that out because I updated the game. I went into it and it was patched. And then I checked online because I was wondering why it was patched. And lo and behold, I found videos of the glitch and that fucking pissed me off. Well,
See that ruin up there? Bleak falls.
I'm mad. I mean, I really have no excuse to be mad because, I mean, they found it on their own, obviously, because, I mean, how would you find it without finding it on your own? And then they made a video about it, which they were entirely in their right to do. The thing is that they mistimed it so that it wasn't of use for very long. It would have been much better to have it put out in less time, even though I probably would have caved to the pressure too of being like, I need to be the first one to get this out, which I had intended to be, but didn't get my Roxio soon enough. So I probably would have also been that idiot that got it patched, just because they decided to reveal it before a patch, so they... Because, I mean, if you reveal it right after the other one is patched, they need to go in and patch it again, so it's not as simple as just saying, hey, we just patched that other glitch with this, why don't we just patch this one real quick here again? They would have to wait for another update in order to be able to do that. Okay. Alright, we're going to take this woodcutter's axe. So now we have the axe, and then we're going to go inside and get our pickaxe. What is that? Oh, there's a beehive up here? I never even saw this before. So I'm going to be exploring quite a bit more than I really ever have before, and I'll be experiencing all the quest lines at once. So, previously, I would start up a character, be like, alright, I'm going to do this with this character, this is how I'm going to play, I'm going to do this quest line, I start a new character, I go through it, probably put maybe 10 to 12 hours into a specific character, and then once I've accomplished whatever goal it was I set out to do, I'll just ignore it, rather than continuing from a single character, and just going through all of the quests with them, just picking up the same character and being like, this is what I'm going to do today with this character, because different playstyles are nice sometimes, but I think with this one I'll basically just play through as this character, and then once I've done everything, then I'll go through and like experiment with some mods and see how some of it works out. Just tap him with the flame. Alright, don't need the front armor, don't need the iron sword. I'm gonna jump down here, start collecting stuff. Also, I think this is gonna be, I wouldn't say my only run, but one of my runs where I'm gonna pick up all the alchemy ingredients. Usually, I have to have a specific character, like I'm gonna come into the game as, hey, I'm going to do this time, and then I'll go through and I'll collect up alchemy ingredients while I'm doing everything, but then I would just be done with the character, which is the way that I've previously played this. So it's going to be interesting to have to come back to the same character every time that I want to do something. It's interesting explaining to people sometimes. The first time they go and mine something, they'll click, oh yeah, mine. I have a pickaxe in my inventory, I can do this. Rather than hitting it because it's faster. Nope, oh, flames. Surprise, bitch!
Give up while you still can.
I also like flames because you can just do it like that real quick, swap between the two of them, they both take fire damage over the period of time that it's affecting them for. A corundum ingot already, that's nice. I mean, I technically am ready to level up to level 2, but the game doesn't calculate my loot yet as being level 2. So, I mean, being one of the first characters that I've killed giving me a corundum ingot is really nice, even though I don't have a lot of use for corundum because it's typically more prominent in heavier armor. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this in my inventory. Right, because yeah, I'm not gonna mine. I'm gonna kill them first and then come back and mine that. Pick up the book. Pick up the book. Pick up clairvoyance. Thank you. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've come through Embershed Mine. Also, I tried to play Skyrim on Xbox and record it, and I ended up giving up on it because I thought that the game was glitched. Because I went to go to... Damn it, I picked that up, and I'm not going to be able to drop it because it won't let me drop it before... Is it? Nope, I can't drop it. Motherfucker. Can I put it back into him? Yes, I can. Okay, good. Because I want the XP for picking locks. There aren't enough locks to pick in Skyrim. Then there are probably people who have the opposite, who don't enjoy picking locks and probably get really pissed about constantly needing to pick locks to get into things. But I like having a high lock picking skill, so now I'll take the key. Not that I'm going to need it, because I already unlocked those. Hit this 9 times. Done. Oh, I was just talking about them patching something. Forget what it was. Oh yeah, okay, so I always came through here, went to Riverwood, sold off all the stuff that I didn't need that I got in here, all my loot and stuff, and then I went to Bleak Falls Barrow, which is where the main quest line ends up taking you, and that's how you start off becoming the Dragonborn. They updated the game so that you can't actually go entirely through Bleak Falls Barrow. There's a special door that you have to open using a specific item, and they made it so that you have to activate the quest in order to be able to use that item on that door. I didn't realize this, and I thought that my game was bugged out and it was glitched forever, not realizing that that was what they had intended to do. And I'm out of arrows. That's weird. I don't usually run out of arrows. Alright, we'll pick up my flames. I'd love to be able to use violence right now, which is a mod for this that allows you to always do a killing move if you want to on every character, depending on how you end up killing them.
Surprise.
But I'm doing this unmodded because I want to get the achievements for doing everything in this. So this will be my full playthrough character of completing everything, getting all the achievements, well, that are even worth getting. Having all the DLCs off the bat is nice because I had all the DLCs on the 360, and I don't think I have the DLCs on computer. But there are mods on computer to give you stuff that is included in the DLCs. Like the ability to craft arrows and stuff like that, you can just get a mod to do that. Otherwise, I really enjoy being able to go through and craft arrows. It's a nice addition to the game. Also, way more... I'm not entirely sure if efficient is the word, but it's a lot more fun to make 7,000 arrows than it is to craft 200 daggers. Damn it. So wait, is it just right here then? Not quite. The funny thing is that sometimes I get used to picking higher level locks, and then when I come and do a novice lock, I end up undercompensating for where I am. So if you get used to picking a master lock, the tiniest little change can be the difference between being able to pick the lock and being really far off. But then coming back to novice, Also, I haven't done lockpicking in this game in a really long time, so I'm going to get it wrong quite a bit. But so the moral behind that story is that the getting used to things being harder and then things being easy can be really weird and actually make it harder than it should be anyway. And I can't harvest that one. I'm going to play this legit, so I won't be doing the Augment Infinium glitch. As I said before, I won't be doing the Restoration Pot glitch to get extremely overpowered armor and buffs on things. I don't consider it a glitch, however, to...
Probably keep your voice down. Did I see you talking to Sam? Go inside.
how to... I'm trying to think. I want to... Alright, I'm going to stand here so that you can hear these guys talking.
Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything.
Pickpocket from people, like train in a skill and then pickpocket from them. So if I find a master in something that I don't like to use and I want to increase my pickpocket as well, or I want to train in it but I don't want to pay all the money straight up, I can pickpocket the money straight back from them as I'm training in it, which is very useful for saving money and also for increasing level, and especially in things that you don't need.
Smear if it's simple and strong.
So at this point I can talk to him and I can get the quest going if I go inside and like listen to them and all that. I usually don't do the main quest, but I think I'm going to go ahead and activate it first. Just get to the point where dragons will spawn and then do my standard deviations that I do in the game. Also, different from normal standard deviation definition, but yeah, whatever. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.